Salutations, dear companions. As we assemble once more in this hallowed place, greetings and blessings to each and every one of you. We're here today to share 7 secret daily routines that can help you get closer to the Holy Spirit, the heavenly guide that guides us through life. Have you ever pondered how to experience the Holy Spirit's presence more strongly in the course of your everyday life? These practices have the power to transform your faith, so watch this video through to the end. Be sure to show your support by giving a like and subscribe, so you can continue to receive inspiring messages like this. Thanks for reading. It is a pleasure to have you back with me. Today, we set out on an incredible journey to uncover 7 everyday routines that, in ways that are frequently disregarded, bring us closer to the divine. Let's start with the initial exercise. Picture this. The sun's soft rays are gently filtering through your window. You are awakened from a sound sleep by the sound of your alarm clock. The day seems to go on forever, full of obligations, difficulties, and an apparently never-ending list of things to do. The temptation to join the chaos is too strong, isn't it? However, what if I told you about a revolutionary strategy? Your morning routine could be totally changed by using this method. This leads us to our first exercise, saying a quick prayer to begin your day. Imagine yourself with your eyes softly opening in that calm moment. The world's chaos hasn't yet crept in. There is nothing on your phone, no noise from emails and alerts. Just you, in peace. You say a brief prayer during that holy moment, before your feet ever touch the floor. Holy Spirit, lead me today, Lord. That's all. I have a few words of humility to share with you. But those words, they act as a key that opens a deep connection inside of you. The Holy Spirit receives them as an invitation and a sign that you are ready to listen and follow. Why is this important? Think about it. There is chaos in our lives. We are dragged in a million different directions by obligations, worries, and diversions. We frequently stray without realizing it. We become disconnected from what is genuinely sacred. But how does this simple prayer achieve its goal? It acts as a solid anchor for you, like putting a flag in the ground and saying, "Today is dedicated to something greater." Walking with God is more important than your personal journey. The amazing thing is that it takes very little time. Only a minute is needed. 2, maybe. There is no need for a long silence or a complex script. You just need to take a deep breath, think about it, and make a sincere request. Come on in. I have a story to tell. I was caught up in a web of stress not long ago. Every morning, before I even woke up from my sleep, my mind was racing with deadlines. I felt a deep separation, as if my soul had been drained. Then I stopped one fateful morning. "Holy Spirit," I cried as I closed my eyes. "I cannot face this day alone. Please give me direction." There were no imposing signs or gestures, but then I felt a deep peace. There was no explanation for the calm. The weight of the day disappeared at that moment. It became clear. I felt a surge of strength. I had the impression that someone was walking beside me, whispering to me, "You've got this." This practice is an invitation to be present, rather than a pursuit of perfection. By welcoming a divine presence, you are not begging or bargaining. Imagine engaging in this routine on a daily basis. Weeks turn into months, and months turn into years. The accumulation of those small prayers forges a path. This connection gets stronger, deeper, and more palpable. You start to notice small clues, soft cues, subtle disclosures. That's the divine energy at work inside of you. Try it tomorrow then. Get up and change the world. Wait a minute. Lord, Holy Spirit, guide me today, I pray. Feel the weight lessen. Lean into the peace. You're starting your day with purpose rather than just starting it. With power. We have 6 more practices to uncover, so stay tuned. This is just the beginning. Let's now start the second habits journey. Picture this scene. The soft morning light streams in through the window as you sit at your kitchen table. The Bible in your hand is a small, consoling companion rather than a large, intimidating book. You flip through its pages and pick out one verse, John 14:26, which states that the Holy Spirit will teach you everything, might be the answer. It looks so simple, doesn't it? The real essence, however, comes to light here. You don't just read it and move on. No, you hesitate. You give the words time to sink in. You set aside 5 valuable minutes to think about those words and allow them to linger in your heart. Think about this moment. How often do we spend our days in a hurry? We frequently check our messages, swipe on our devices, and scurry through the day. Our minds can be so chaotic and noisy. But you can find a moment of calm here, in this hallowed place. You consider the meaning of that passage. What knowledge does it contain? You will be led by the Spirit. Point you in which direction? Perhaps it's the capacity to remain patient under trying circumstances. Maybe it's the courage to have a challenging conversation. Or maybe it's just a gentle reminder to stop and take a deep breath. It's not necessary to learn everything at once. That's what makes it all so beautiful. You don't want to impose conclusions. Your heart is tuning in to listen. Come together, friends, and allow me to tell you a story about my travels. It started a while back when I would grab my coffee in the morning, settle down by the window, and pick a verse to think about. It felt a little strange at first. My mind would frequently wander to everyday activities like work, grocery shopping, and the daily grind. Then, however, something changed. I sat there enjoying my coffee one fateful day when I came across Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. I started mentally repeating those words. Stay motionless. Be aware. I felt a warmth come over me in that instant, not just from the cup I was holding, but from somewhere deeper inside. This small practice, my friends, unlocks a magical portal, a gateway to the Holy Spirit's voice. It was like a soft whisper saying, "Hey, I'm here." Extensive knowledge or sophisticated resources are not required. One verse will suffice. Maybe it talks about love, like in 1 Corinthians 13:4, where it says that love is kind and patient. After giving it some thought, you ask yourself, how can I be patient today? Who could my generosity help? Or think about a passage that speaks to strength, such as Isaiah 40:31, which tells us that people who put their hope in the Lord will experience a resurgence of strength. Where in my life do I look for strength right now? You ask yourself. This is a peaceful conversation, a calm exchange with something much bigger than oneself, not a task to be accomplished. Oh, I'll tell you. Do those 5 minutes pass quickly? Do those 5 minutes pass quickly? They produce impact waves. Throughout the day, you carry that verse you cherish with you. It takes you by surprise at unexpected times. During a high-tension meeting, the gentle reminder to be still might resonate with you. The phrase, "love is patient," can also help you regain your composure when you're feeling tired and your frustration is about to rise. In those sacred moments, it's as though the Spirit plants a tiny seed that grows and guides and uplifts your spirit. Therefore, I urge you to adopt this practice. Choose a verse for tomorrow. Go through it. Think about it. Let it breathe inside of you. The wisdom that emerges when you take the time to listen intently will astound you. Let's now take a trip into a world that frequently seems lost in the chaos of our everyday existence. The art of silent listening will be the third technique we examine. Imagine, if you will, a world where noise is all the time. The traffic is roaring, your phone is constantly buzzing, and there is a cacophony of voices. The world seems to be in a constant state of commotion. But what if I told you that there is a voice that longs to speak to you? This voice is powerful and gentle at the same time. The Holy Spirit is waiting to speak with you, and the secret to opening this divine dialogue is one important realization: silence. It's more than just turning down the background noise in this moment. It's an exploration of your innermost being. Imagine, if you will, a holy moment in your day. Think about dedicating just 5 minutes, or even 10. Look for a peaceful corner. A chair by the window is waiting for you. Under a tree's shade, it feels like a gentle embrace. Here, you can just be yourself. You get comfortable. Gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath and let it fill your entire being. Release it gradually after that. Feel your shoulders loosen up. You feel lighter as the burdens you were not aware of start to fade. Initially, it might feel strange. Your mind rushes out and crashes against the beach like waves. What should I make for supper? Have I answered that message? The secret, however, is right here. Don't fight. As clouds drift across the sky, let those thoughts drift away. To struggle with your thoughts is not why you are here. Being present is why you are here. To stop. For something extraordinary happens in that silence. The sound is a soft murmur. The clamor of the world is louder than the whisper. Not demanding. It's sensitive, steady. Something in your spirit is gently prompting you. There was a time when I was unsure of myself. Silence seemed like an unrealistic idea. How could there be any change in stillness? But I decided to accept it. My mind was racing with ideas of responsibilities and worries, and 5 minutes seemed like an eternity. Then, suddenly, I felt a calmness sweep over me. My heart felt as though a soft hand had touched it. There were no words exchanged. Only a deep calmness surrounded me. I became aware that something divine was present in that holy moment. It was a silent call to simply remain motionless and acknowledge the grace that was waiting for me, rather than a loud declaration. How wonderful this practice is. Eliminating excess is more important than adding more to your life. It's about organizing things and creating space for the things that really count. Think of it like changing the radio's frequency. The signal is always there, but you have to find the correct setting. You use silence as a tuning knob. The message gets clearer with every second of silence. You start to pick up on little cues, a soft desire to connect with someone, a fresh realization about a choice. It seems as though a heavenly presence has been gently directing you the entire time, just waiting for you to listen and quiet your heart. So today, take a moment. Set aside some time. Take a seat. Take a deep breath. Pay close attention. Don't search for elaborate displays, looking for tranquility. The real wonder is found there. The Spirit approaches in the quiet. There is no noise as the Spirit approaches. Rather, it manifests as a gentle, soft presence. You'll wonder how you ever got along without it after you've had that experience. This custom, you make the decision. To a conversation that has long been waiting to begin. Let us now discuss the fourth habit, which is a treasure that is particularly dear to me. Imagine, if you will, as you go about your day, no matter how busy or ordinary it may seem. Life moves quickly as the sun shines brightly and the world flies by you. But you stop in the middle of it all. You see someone, a friend who is silent more than usual, a stranger with tired eyes, or maybe a neighbor who is struggling with their problems. What if you decided to take action in that brief moment? Could you offer a modest act of generosity, something sincere? The essence of this habit really blossoms here. Oh, dear friends, love isn't always expressed with dazzling displays or booming declarations. No, there are moments when it is only a faint whisper or a glimmer of light. Since love is the Spirit's very language, He moves through it. You get closer to His presence when you answer this call, even in the smallest way. You wonder what this might look like. It's not as complicated as one might think. Even when your hands are heavy, you might hold the door for someone else. Or you give a tired cashier a kind grin. Perhaps you take a moment to send a friend a brief message, just to let them know that you're thinking of them. These small gestures can have a big impact. Come together and allow me to tell you a story. It was only a week ago that I was in the park on a gloomy afternoon with a gray sky and cool, crisp air. An elderly man sat on a lonely bench, his shoulders heavy with unspoken burdens, his eyes averted. I could have just walked right by him, and I almost did. But something prompted me, a soft nudging that was almost divine. I turned around and sat down next to him. I didn't say much, just asked him about his day. His mood instantly improved, and he started telling tales about his grandchildren, his cherished old dog, and the small pleasures that brought him great joy. We talked for 10 minutes or so, and when I got up to go, he thanked me and announced that he had not spoken to anyone all day. That small, spontaneous, and natural gesture created a bond between us. Something inside of him and me was changed by it. How wonderful this practice is. It's not just about fixing every minor issue. It all comes down to being there. In its most basic form, love opens a door. It enables the Spirit to pass through you and make contact with someone else. The truth is that it also comes back to you. You can feel it. You feel that buoyancy, that warmth. It seems as though you no longer exist purely for your own benefit. You become part of a larger fabric. Now is the time to pause and look around you. Who could you encourage? Maybe you could offer a kind word of support to a coworker who is under a lot of stress right now. Another option is to offer assistance to a stranger who has dropped something by accident. It might be as simple as giving someone your undivided attention when they want to express their ideas. These little deeds add up to form a connection, a bridge connecting you, other people, and the divine. And the most amazing reality? This is accessible to all. This is currently accessible to all. Which small act of kindness are you going to choose today? I promise you'll notice the difference. Let's appreciate a beautiful moment as the day comes to an end. Picture this scene. A calm silence descends upon the house as the sun has subtly sunk below the horizon. Maybe you're sitting in a comfortable chair or by your bedside, holding a hot cup of tea. When you're outside, time slows down and you're in a sacred place to think back on the day. Pause here for a moment. Give thanks to the divine right here. Expressing gratitude should be done intentionally, rather than hastily or as an afterthought. With nuance. With all your heart. Embrace this. Think about this, my friend. We have a wealth of experiences every day. We experience moments of happiness, such as laughing with a loved one. Little triumphs, such as completing a task that had been threatening to overwhelm you, are incredibly satisfying. Even the hardships, like unforeseen traffic, spilled coffee, and hurtful words, are a part of who we are. And the truth is right here. You change when you take the time to be grateful. You're doing more than just listing your blessings. Something bigger is being invited. This is a request that you accept the presence of God in your life. The purpose of the divine presence is to provide peace in the midst of chaos. To let you know that you are never really alone, we are here. Oh, dear friend, let's go on a straightforward but meaningful adventure every evening. Take a moment, maybe 5 minutes, or even 10, if you have the time, as the day comes to an end and you get ready to sleep. Think about the blessings of the day. Begin with the minor details. Maybe you were thankful for the beautiful sunrise that filled the sky with gold. Or perhaps it was a stranger's encouraging remark that made you feel better. Think about the courage you mustered to handle a difficult conversation. Name 3 gifts that you were given today. 3 treasures from the day, that's all. Then, raise them up in prayer with a heart full of thanksgiving. Thank you for these blessings, Spirit of the Divine. I am grateful that you are in my life. This is where it gets really profound, though. Don't just dwell on the blessings. Express appreciation for the difficult moments as well. These were the times when your determination was put to the test. These were the times when you felt frustrated and clenched your fists. You ask, why? Because growth is frequently hidden during those exact moments. This is when your character is subtly shaped by the Spirit. I am thankful for the delay because it taught me patience. I treasure the error that taught me humility. At first, it might not be easy. It may feel strange, but keep going through it. Before long, you will notice a change. You feel your heart soften. Your vision broadens. You begin to see grace everywhere in your life. This practice is more than just a routine. It is a lifeline to the divine and a sacred bridge. Every act of thankfulness creates a bond and brings you closer to the kind presence that uplifts your soul. Imagine ending each day in this way, lifted by gratitude rather than stress or regret. You feel light as you lie down and drift into a deeper sleep. You awaken to a silent elation because you have spent the day in communion with the Holy Spirit. You have recognized His presence in every moment and trusted Him with it. You should devote yourself to this practice because it is the essence of true power and peace. Let's now set out on an adventure into something genuinely lovely. The 6th habit is to sing or listen to hymns. With me, picture this. You've had a long day. The kind where the hours seem to go on forever, obligations mount, and your mind seems to be spinning in a never-ending loop. You're tired, maybe a little lost. Then you pause for a moment. You aim for something timeless, a hymn. It is not merely a song, but rather a melody infused with religious inspiration. It reverberates from above like a soft whisper. Think about it, friends. Music is incredibly powerful. It gently gets around the walls we put up around our hearts. It gets to us when words alone aren't enough. Is that a hymn? Oh, it's more than just a tune. It is a song that incorporates a sincere prayer. It acts as a holy conduit between the divine and your soul. So, let me share a thought with you. Look for a hymn that has a special place in your heart. Maybe it was a song your dear grandmother hummed as she went about her day, and it filled your early years. Or perhaps it's a new tune that you found and that lifted your soul. What matters aren't the details. The important thing is that it makes you feel something. Take a moment out of your day to reflect. Any time will do. Maybe early in the morning, when everyone is still quiet. Or perhaps it will be in the evening, when things begin to settle down. Locate a chair. If you want, close your eyes. Let that hymn fill your surroundings. Sing it aloud if you feel brave enough. Even if your voice falters or trembles, let it soar. This is not a place for judgment. Perfection is not important to the Spirit. It perceives the genuineness of the tune. If you don't like singing, you can just listen. Play the recording. Allow the notes to wash over you like a soft rain on dry land. Can you feel that soft stirring inside? The transformation is astounding. You're not just filling the void when you participate in a hymn, whether through singing or listening. A sacred passage is being opened by you. You're inviting the Holy Spirit to be with you and to surround you with peace. I think back to a point in my own path. The whole weight of the world seemed to be pressing down on me, and I felt burdened. Then I played an old hymn, Amazing Grace, one calm evening. The hymn was well known and straightforward. Something changed as those timeless words permeated the air, through numerous perils, labors, and traps. My problems did not go away, but they became less significant. I felt as though the Holy Spirit was whispering to me, "You're not alone." Oh, how lovely this simple practice is. It doesn't require sophisticated equipment or a lot of training. A melody and an open heart are all you need. Take a week to embrace this. Pick a hymn that speaks to you. You can hum it while cooking, sing it while taking a shower, or let it fill your car while you drive. Let it become woven into your very being. See how it changes you, bringing you nearer to that soft voice inside. These sacred moments, the ebb and flow of a melody, and the quiet force of a song are all sources of joy for the spirit. Will you then set out on this adventure? Will you let a hymn help you get closer to God? Let's now set out on the 7th habit journey. This one is unique. It is a weekly sacred ritual rather than a daily undertaking. Reflection is a part of this ritual. Imagine that the week is coming to an end. You have been constantly on the go, chasing deadlines, working non-stop, and negotiating life's challenges. Maybe you have been happy, sad, and have made a few mistakes. Perhaps the days had merged into one. Now, however, you hesitate. You locate a peaceful nook. All it takes is 10 minutes. Take 10 minutes to think and ask, who was I this week? This voyage goes beyond remorse. It explores the fundamental nature of truth. It asks you to sit in silence with your own heart and let the Spirit's soft light lead your thoughts. Instead of casting judgmental shadows, this light reveals the inner beauty. Start with the minor triumphs. Maybe you helped a friend, gave a supportive word when someone needed it, or persevered through hardship. Every one of these moments is important. They are the Spirit's gentle whispers working inside of you. Let yourself feel that warmth for a moment. Allow it to seep into you. While you may never achieve perfection, you will always be growing. After that, you proceed. How might I have performed better? This is a bit painful. Maybe you yelled at someone, gave in to impatience, or disregarded a polite reminder to act morally. It's okay. It's a characteristic of humanity. The beauty is in your readiness to face it head on. Holy Spirit, you're admitting this, and I can see it clearly now. Assist me. And something starts to shift during that honest moment. The weight lessens. You are no longer alone in this. Think of it like cleaning a room. Life can get out of control. In the corners, dust collects. Clutter builds up. However, you're removing the mess gradually when you pause to think. This clearing is done gently rather than harshly. You're making space. You're creating room for grace. The divine presence is able to enter this area. After a long, chilly winter, it's like throwing open a window. The room is filled with fresh air. You can take another deep breath. Why pick just one day every week? There is little time for introspection because life moves quickly and the days can swiftly pass. Some people choose Sunday, while others find comfort on Friday evenings. Choose your moment and personalize it. Maybe you want to find a quiet place to sit in silence, or pick up a notebook and write down your ideas. Say something like, "Lord, reveal my heart to me. Forgive my shortcomings. Fortify me for the journey ahead." These are powerful words that require guidance. They create a bond that connects you to the divine and timeless. There are difficulties with this practice. It takes courage to look at your soul with all your eyes and resist the urge to run away. However, only a select few are aware of this profound truth. The Spirit participates in that holy moment with you, rather than just watching. You will feel it in that quiet and honest place, a serenity, a strength, a soft voice that tells you, "You are mine, and I am with you." So, this week, take a moment. Hold on. Think. Let your heart be open. You'll be shocked by what you find out. We discovered 7 basic yet profound practices: to pray, to read the Bible, to listen, to love, to express gratitude, to sing hymns, and to consider our conscience. Adopt these practices and see how your spiritual path changes. What habit brings you the greatest joy? Please feel free to comment below with your thoughts and a story of your journey. To help spread the positive message, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others. I am so grateful that you are here today. I pray that the Holy Spirit will be abundantly present throughout your day. I'm excited for our upcoming meeting.